Our mission at SD Bullion is clear. The lowest cost gold and silver available online. While we do not have pretty blue boxes, free shipping, 4% credit card fees, or glamorous gold and silver infomercials, SD Bullion has the lowest prices that may save you hundreds on your next order. So before you make your next investment, do the math and join the over 15,000 new customers who have recently made the switch to SD Bullion. Why pay more?
You've talked about in the past that Germany is moving to resolve damage in Russia. How is this going to play a role in the economic reset?
Well, Germany is a tough nation. At the top, their political and banking figures are really a bunch of American puppets. I'm referring to their banks, not so much their central bank. I think the central bank might be a bit unique, and they've managed to keep their central bank German. They've managed to keep their central bank independent of the European Central Bank. The European Central Bank is like a close cousin to the Fed and Bank of England, but the Bundesbank is a maverick. I don't want to say they're like the Chinese Central Bank, but in that they are extremely independent and fierce, they are like the Chinese Central Bank. But if you just look at the politicians and the bankers, the U.S. really controls Germany. Notice that they renewed the Russian sanctions. It wasn't put up for a vote to the German parliament. They wouldn't dare do that. So they just had an edict from the European Union commissioners. Those are the dictators of Europe. They give marching orders to the presidents of the member nations. So in a sense, European Union is a dictatorship by the EU Commission. And you see that with the trade unions, which we'll get to toward the end. But, okay, when it comes to commerce, it's a different story. We had a couple of cases, one big and one not so big, recently. One was Angela Merkel, their chancellor, actually made a positive statement regarding the cooperative efforts on liquefied natural gas, the LNG facilities, and the deals struck with Russia related to Nord Stream, N-O-R-D. Okay, Germany is not going to give up its Russian gas supply. They already have a couple of major pipelines. They go under the Bering Sea. They got other ones. They're not going to give that up. So, in order not to commit public suicide, Merkel made a positive statement toward the LNG contracts relating to Russia. But then there was another smaller deal that came out. The German government announced that they were going to sign a deal with Russia regarding a high-speed railway network. They already have a lot of rail facilities with Russia. They start in Russia, they end in Germany. They don't go to France, they don't go to Italy, they end in Germany. I think we're going to see a revival and a renewal of the German-Russian relations very soon. This is a very difficult subject because at the top, the German leaders are committing industrial and commercial suicide. But in the meat of their economy, almost all of the businesses, I call them the industrial captains, are in favor of working toward normalizing relations with Russia again. At one time, a couple of years ago, there were 3,000 to 5,000 businesses in Germany conducting business with Russia. And it's less now. But it can come back, and I've got some members on my colleague team that say, well, we got some irreversible damage, but they will be able to renew things, but it'll be difficult. And some things will not be able to be fixed. So Germany is flipping in some key ways. They announced that they're going to work closely with the Russian military to eradicate ISIS. The French made the same admission, the same statement. working with the Russian military to eradicate ISIS. And the British did something a little more weak-kneed and like pussies. They they admitted and promised the French that they would supply weapons and aircraft, and it all had to be kept secret. So the British are working against the U.S. military. So are the French and the German. I mean, this really does not say much for the NATO alliance.
Click here to subscribe for free so you will be notified when more of this interview is released. Or click over here to watch the full interview now. This video was brought to you by ReluctantPreppers.com. Click here to watch Reluctant Prepper's latest interview with Andy Hoffman, Marketing Director at Miles Franklin. Andy Hoffman returns to Reluctant Preppers to answer first, how long can physical silver sell below production cost, and what will cause the price to be unleashed? Second, what place should precious metals take in a preparedness strategy? And finally, how can serious individuals find out solid insights from experts on gold and silver with no cost or obligation?